and the is that what it's called, or is it the orphanage still? I'm not sure.
I mean, Roland would still refer to it as the Troll Skull Orphanage. You know.
There's many names.
It's now actually a homeless shelter, the Troll Skull homeless shelter.
Oh god.
Hey, gotta get back to the community, you know.
And brewery.
So you guys went, just returned to the surface, got a bit of vitamin D, checked on things, and you'd actually found there was a little bit of a political turmoil abound in the city. Very randomly, Lady Laurel Silverhand had stood down from being the Open Lord due to her fading health. And for the first time ever in Waterdeepian history, the Hidden Lords of Waterdeep have announced themselves, not their identities, but announced themselves as the new Open Lords. So they tried to play it off as being more open with the people. However, it's actually kind of just really eluded everyone to the fact of who actually really is in charge. I mean, I guess it doesn't really change anything because the Open Lord is pretty much just a face, a puppet, a marionette, where the Hidden Lords are the ones tugging at the strings. But it still didn't sit right with you guys. It seemed a little bit off. Lady Laurel did explain that she was one of the 7 daughters of Mistra, and ever since the Spell Plague and the Sundering, she's been quite weak. That was a bit of a shock for most people, and you wouldn't expect her to publicly announce that, but she did. And there was nothing you guys could, really do unless you wanted to oppose the entire city of Waterdeep and the law of Waterdeep. So it was more of just kind of a wait and see what's going to happen with that situation. You guys stocked up on supplies, some food, some rations, got rid of a heap of treasures that you'd plundered, including selling multiple magic items to Obaya Uday, who seemed very eager to buy many more items that you may plunder. And with that all said and done, you journeyed back down into the Yawning Portal Tavern. You'd made your way through the first level, and you're heading back to the Mirror Gate that you'll use to access level 10. And sorry, Gray, something's going on with your mic there. Sounds like you're grating some Parmesan cheese or something. Alright, alright, as you guys have returned back to this Mirror Gate, you'd found a group of adventurers. Not really anything too surprising. You can imagine many other groups of adventurers have headed down to Undermountain since you guys first stood foot down here. However, at first you didn't really notice that you'd already met these adventurers. And not only that, you'd fought and killed these adventurers. As Darius used his Eyes of the Grave, he soon started to detect undead coming from Regis Blackwater. And then it becomes apparent that it wasn't just coming off him. Or sorry, Callum the Weasel. It was coming off all 6 of these adventurers. And as you take a closer look, you start to see some of their flesh looks just a little bit rotten. There's a few grisly looking injuries. There is an odd stench. Their clothes are tattered. And they clench their fists and their eyes start to glow with a certain level of hate. And they told you this convoluted story of pretty much what happened to Haleth Gark at the hands of his fellow adventuring party. And you've sort of found yourselves in a similar situation where you have these adventurers out for revenge, as each one has risen as a revenant, hell-bent on destroying you all. We ended the session with the revenants moving in to attack you. So let's just get straight into it and roll initiative. And each one of these adventurers is sort of like a janky version of yourselves.
What?
Like, not really, but...
I was gonna ask if that, said Roland in parentheses, or if that was, an error.
Well, everyone has their own rival in this group of adventurers. And the most obvious one is Roland and this guy. They're like practically twins, but they're both elves.
Yin and yang.
But yeah, each one of these revenants has their own target. Each one wants to get revenge on each one of you all, for the most part.
Interesting.
So, Bruce matched up with Regis Blackwater. They're both kind of like the frontliners. Alejandra Moonglow. She's like an elf of nature, former follower of Maliki. She's teamed up with Scamp as a rival. Brienne Flax, the sharpshooter, the archer, is teamed up with Pavel. Melvis Needle Rider, this expert guitarist, is teamed up with Roland. And Trantra, the swashbuckling rogue, is teamed up with Dagger. And then Kellim the Weasel. He's like looking around, looking a little bit left out. Let's get into this. Alright, Pavel, you're up first.
I have no time for this. And Pavel's just gonna pull his gun and aim, let's see. He's gonna aim for the one in front of Bruce, Rodriguez Blackwater. And, just get ready, hammering the, hammering the flintlock of the pistol and, ready to fire.
That hits. You just blow out a big chunk of his undead flesh. He barely flinches and just turns back towards you. I must get my revenge, he says. You hit him again. They're very slow to react. You start to see their reflexes have dwindled with their undeath. But patches of flesh are already starting to seal over. The gun overheats and just a big flash of smoke powder comes out of the gun with that attack.
Oh, jeez, my bad. Pavel will try to fix it real quick and fire again.
Alright, use your bonus action, and that is a hit. You take another chunk of flesh out of his arm, and he barely looks injured. Alright, you hear a voice call out. Where are you, Dagger? I can sense you. I know you're nearby. And Trantra moves forward. And you've noticed that not a single one of them has actually drawn a weapon at this stage. And Trantra tries to just like yell at you, Pavel. You're not the one I want. Get out of my way. And she attempts to just like move by you. Do you allow her or do you stop her?
Stop her? Hell no.
Oh, you asked for it then. Nothing will stop me. Nothing will get into my way. Oh, my revenge! And she just clenches her fists together and tries to haymaker you.
Oh no.
So I should probably not have it set to whisper. And that misses you. She tries to punch you again. And another miss. You can run, but you can't hide! She calls it out.
Revenge damage is gonna add up fast.
Rolling.
Alright. Let's see. I am going to...
Melvis Needle Rider starts strumming on his lute, and you notice that there are no strings. They've all been snapped, so he's just kind of scratching his claws along the base of the lute.
I'm gonna move up 10 feet, and I'll reach out for Pavel's gun and coin in one hand, flipping it, and casting, asking Time Moore's blessing and casting Holy Weapon on his pistol.
A big surge of radiant energy starts to glow out of the pistol, illuminating the entire hallway, and the pistol is bright yellow.
Alright.
Boom, baby. Take your own.
No problem, sir. And I'll move back as much as I can. And then with my action, I will throw a fire bolt at. Let's throw it at Gallant Sir Regis there. I know he's gonna have cover, but
I'm gonna give you a little machine gun turret icon for your holy weapon, Pavel, because it seems appropriate.
Oh, yes, it is.
Firebolt misses, it just goes over the top of everyone's head.
yep, that's my turn.
Dagger. You hear Tantra just calling to you. Let me at her! I know you're there! I can taste you.
Okay. I will shoot at her.
That is a narrow miss. Oh no, you have advantage. You're invisible. That hits her. And you just sink an arrow straight into her chest. She smiles even as like blood starts spurting out of her chest. There you are!
And I don't like being that close to everybody. I'll come down and say hi to my friends down here.
Hello, Dagger. Good to see you.
Brr.
Thank you.
You're sizing up Regis. Both frontline fighters. Both equally greasy. Evenly matched in all aspects.
Really? Well, first bonus action to rage. And I'll actually swing at what's Tantra or Rantra?
Janky dagger.
Janky dagger.
Dagger light.
She's nothing like Dagger. Dagger's highly efficient. I'm gonna go ahead and get reckless about it.
That's a hit. Alright, you just
Damage.
sweep this flaming longsword straight through her, and she steps back. She's hurt. Oops, did an extra too much damage. Yeah, she's looking injured now. The fire is kind of flaring up, burning into her injuries. That hits. Take another massive swing, slashing through her. Fire is erupting, and she staggers a little bit. She looks even more hurt now.
And
They are extremely
I'm
tough,
actually
though.
let's take a couple steps.
Both of them swing at you with their fists. And Tantra hits you for 6 bludgeoning damage. Regis. He hits you for 12 bludgeoning damage. His punch is like filled full of anger. And he's turned that anger into power. So he does extra damage against you. And he just hits you incredibly hard. Also, everyone's got the hero's feast, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was just about
okay.
to ask that. Yeah,
See,
Okay, good.
because I know it's all 3 of us.
I'm gonna plop a moonbeam right there. Second level.
Ah, Moonbeam. We've missed you.
Alright, you know the
Yeah.
drill. A big column of death just starts burning through these revenants.
No, it didn't work. I reduced my spell slot because I didn't like my spell. Yeah. I'm gonna move back a little bit more, just because I can.
Melvis Needle Rider pushes through the moonbeam. Whoops, I made the wrong save. +1 onto that. 12. Failure. He pushes through, and the radiant energy starts to cause his skin to pop a little bit with all these blistering wounds. And then he just steps up 5 feet closer, and he's still kind of scratching at this loot, but then all of a sudden his eyes gleam. There you are! I've learned a new chord. It's called the chord of the note D. D for death. And as his eyes gleam,
play a D chord. Good gods, man.
you need to make a wisdom
Player
saving
fan
throw, Roland, because his eyes gleam and you start to feel yourself turn cold and your muscles freeze.
Roland, even your bad jokes are better than that.
You are paralyzed from his vengeful glare. Something about his glare just freezes you, and that causes you to lose concentration. The holy weapon subsides. And do you have the goggles, Pavel? Goggles of Night? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
And you're paralyzed until the Revenant deals damage to you or the end of its next turn. And when the paralysis ends, you're still frightened of it for 1 minute. And then you can repeat that saving throw at the end of each turn.
Wouldn't be frightened because of the Hero's Feast, right?
Yeah, you'll be immune to that effect.
Okay.
And that's his turn done. Darius.
We do not have time for this. I'm gonna push in between, kind of using my shield to shoulder the Needle Rider across, and immediately like draw my arm in, kind of creating a shield moment, say a prayer under my breath, and I'm casting Spiritual Guardians because fuck you.
Alrighty. Melvis starts rapidly strumming at his lute as you push by him. I need to pick up the momentum. And then suddenly Spirit Guardians burst out from you, Darius. And what do the Spirit Guardians look like? What do they represent?
They literally look like helmed, like armor, full armor, plate mail, like ghostly soldiers, just taking swaths with different various weapons.
Alright. They just start hacking through everything. When everything starts their turn in that, they'll make a wisdom save against it.
And yeah, on that turn now.
Alright, Kalim, he cracks his knuckles. The Spirit Guardians are chomping into him, and he starts looking around. And now I will get my sweet revenge on you, Nox. Where are you, Nox? I cannot sense you. You cannot hide from me. Nox, show yourself.
Roland would answer, but he's paralyzed at the moment.
Just wait, he'll get it.
Where is Nox? He says. Starts yelling out to you guys.
Get your name out of your dirty mouth.
Where is he? Are you hiding him from me? No one responds.
Too sad and angry.
I mean, Roland can't.
If nobody responds, Scamp will eventually kind of go, Nox passed away, can you not sense that?
What? He is dead? And then he looks down at his hands, and his hands are turning to ash. No! And all of a sudden he just disintegrates into a pile of ash. Coming to the realization that he has no reason to exist.
Excellent.
Alright. Alejandria Moonglow is going to make, first of all, a con save against the Moonbeam, and then a wisdom save against the Spirit Guardians. She resists the Moonbeam and the Spirit Guardians, taking half damage from both. And she gets kind of slightly schmelted away.
By our powers combined, it was about whole damage.
And she moves into here, and she tries to like get by you. I'm coming for you, scamp.
Oh hell no!
You are an abomination of nature. You must be reckoned with. All right, you push her. You don't let her go by, Darius, and then she tries to push past you, Pavel.
Nope.
Alright, she's going to then, as she's squeezing, she's going to try and punch. She's going to try and shove Darius. Make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
You got this.
And you just stay in your location. And then as this big wrestling match is going on, she's thrown back into this empty space, provoking from you, and you can make an attack with advantage if you wish, Darius.
I'm gonna save my reaction.
That's the end of her turn. She doesn't even try to move out of the Spirit Guardians. Alright, Brienne Flax does the same thing. Con save and a wisdom save from both spells.
Fail.
Alright, she takes 5 from the Moonbeam, 24 from the Spirit Guardian. Is that max? It is.
You made up for my poor roll.
Alright, she's getting schmelted away. And as this radiant energy is flaring up and popping her flesh open with all these blistering wounds, she's going to glare at you, Pavel, with that vengeful glare. And you need to make a wisdom saving throw, Pavel.
Buddy.
Wisdom is one of our stats, as well as intelligence.
You may have a good eye, Pavel, but I have a better one.
Indomitable!
I think we have advantage on wisdom saving throws because of the hero's feast too.
You do. You have advantage on wisdom saves. 13's not going to help you though.
Luck!
Alright, you're re-rolling the 6.
There you go.
Well, it was a 4, so it's not going to help you.
Yeah, I mean,
God damn.
Alright, you become paralyzed. And then she pushes by you. She pushes through the Spirit Guardians up into this space. Just fighting through everything. She ends her turn there. Regis is going to make 2 saving throws. Alright, he's hit for the full Moonbeam damage. As the radiant energy is melting him away, he's also regenerating, and he out-regenerates the damage from the Moonbeam. But the Spirit Guardians pushes through and begins to melt more of his flesh away. And he's after Brew. You're not going anywhere! He uses 30 feet of movement to get up to here. And you can use your reaction if you want, Darius.
No, I'm saving it.
When he gets to Brew, he just takes his fists, he balls them, and he just starts trying to pommel away. That hits for 13 points of damage. And he swings again. He misses, slamming, or just punching through the air. Pavel, you are paralyzed, so you don't even get a saving throw at the moment. You can't do anything for this turn. Trantra will make her saving throws. First one for Moonbeam, second one for Spirit Guardians. She succeeds both as she fights through the Moonbeam, out-regenerating the damage that it inflicts upon her. And the Spirit Guardians breaks through her flesh a little bit, and that does kind of damage her. And she is going to She's going to glare at Dagger. Dagger, make a wisdom saving throw. Using her vengeful glare.
No.
And you become paralyzed as well.
I cannot make wisdom saving throws.
As she looks at you.
Doesn't matter what game it is, I just cannot make wisdom saving.
I'm so sorry.
You freeze up and you're unable to move. You just like your eyes are locked onto hers as she starts making her way towards you. Right, Roland, you're still paralyzed. Dagger, you're paralyzed. Brew, you're up.
Alright. I will swing at Needlewriter a couple of times.
That hits. You said reckless, right?
No, I said regular.
Okay, I didn't hear that. It just said and then it cut out.
Oh, sorry.
That still hits. Right, you slash through him, just cutting a swathe through him with the fiery greatsword. He steps back a couple of times. He comes at you, and then you just impale him with Sun Death. The greatsword pierces through his torso, and when that happens, you push a little bit harder with your rage, and then fire explodes upwards and starts to burn his flesh off of his face, and he looks hurt now as you draw the blade out. His wounds start to slowly regenerate, but nowhere near as much as the damage you've inflicted. Scamp.
I'm going to attempt to produce flame on this Regis Blackwater dude.
That is a narrow miss. As you throw the ball of fire over Dagger's head, it lands on the ground next to him.
I'll step back again, and that'll be it.
Melvis starts scratching his claws along the wall. I'm coming for you.
Dave.
I'm going to play you a D sharp. He says.
Wisdom save.
Yep, he makes a wisdom save. Roland, you just can't even shake your head. You just. He does provoke from Darius on Brew. You guys are welcome to take your attacks.
As he moves away from me, I am going to use my reaction to opportunity attack as well.
Okay.
So,
all right. He pushes through the Spirit Guardians, making the saving throw. He actually out regenerates the Spirit Guardians' damage, and
dex save.
All right. Use your Warcaster to do a Sacred Flame, and he jumps out of the way of it.
This is gonna be bad.
And with his long claws, he just kind of dances them together. I'm going to enjoy this.
This is gonna be really bad.
And he just pummels you he's just got a free hit, basically. Just haymakers you as hard as he can. And he hits you for, what's that, 41 points of damage.
Jesus.
Well, it's an auto crit.
And again,
And it gets to go again.
he just haymakers you again. Direct hit straight in the face for 45 points of damage.
Oh, I'm still up. Barely.
At the end of his turn, you're no longer paralyzed.
Oh, actually, I'm no longer paralyzed once I receive damage from him, right?
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about
So
that.
we would have missed on that second shot.
All right, take that 45 damage back then, because it's paralyzed until he deals damage to you, or until the end of his next turn.
Woo!
So just as he's coming in, you quickly snap out of that paralysis and tilt your head back, and he just punches through the air.
Easy now, Needle Rider. There's no way to treat a gentleman.
Darius.
You're a gentleman?
Yes. At least I thought it was.
Knox told me stories about you.
You're paralyzed.
This voice is all in your head. Your dagger's paralyzed. She can't talk to you.
You know, this is one of those moments where I really miss the breaking of action economy with Nox. I'm like, oh, I want to do so many things, but I can't. So damn it. All right. So I will.
Cleric still gets like good bonus actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't do
Well,
like double spell.
Yeah. Why you could do like a spiritual weapon
I mean, I can do-
and a sacred flame. That's a good combo.
It is. But I'm actually going to, from here, I am going to cast my spiritual weapon. That's a good
At,
level. Oh, sorry. At its standard level, so.
I mean, like, who are you attacking?
Needle Rider.
Alright, that is a miss. Bruise like in your way, and you try to angle that weapon down. Miss.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see that there.
Bruise just like pretty much blocking your complete field of view. But yeah, it's a miss.
Then I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead on Needle Rider as well.
Okay. Also, with a spiritual weapon, it won't automatically deduct your spell slot unless you roll the damage. So
I just put it down myself.
okay. He resists the toll of the dead. The spell has no effect on him.
God damn it! How dare he roll well?
Got a decent wisdom save. Alright, Alejandria Moonclaw is in Spirit Guardians and she's in the Moonbeam. She regenerates all the damage that the Moonbeam does, but the Spirit Guardians fights on and begins to churn away at her. She's going to move 10, 20, 30, pushing through the Spirit Guardians, difficult terrain. Actually, I think it's like half movement as well. It's not even difficult terrain, so she doesn't even get that far. And Darius, you're in her way. So she's going to start punching you instead. That is a miss. She swings again, and she hits you for 12 points of bludgeoning damage. She's got a hell of a punch.
Whoa.
You've got Warcaster, right, Darius?
Yeah, I do. So,
Alright, make another con save. Let me fix up the API as well, because
It's still a failure.
I don't have it so that you are rolling advantage automatically. Right now it will. Alright, that punch just kind of stuns you and it knocks the concentration
Sucker
out
punch.
of you. And was that her first attack? I just lost track now.
Second attack.
Alright, that's her done. She just stays there in the moonbeam. Alright, Brienne Flax just takes your gun, Pavel, and just lowers it. There we go. You shouldn't point that at people. And then she just tries to like headbutt you with her fist.
I mean, it was going to be automatic crit anyway.
Alright, she is regenerating as she does this, and she hits you for, what's that, 47 points of damage? 43 points of damage, sorry. 43 damage. That headbutt with her fist knocks you out of the paralysis. And then she tries to hit you again. And that's a miss. The fear effect doesn't affect you as well as your belly grumbles with that hero's feast. Regis regenerates. The wounds that he'd had been inflicted start to close up. And he is going to glare at Brew. Brew, make a wisdom saving throw.
Roll big, boy.
Ooh, staring contest. I'm good at.
His,
Wait a minute. By the power of Tempest, I shall
Alright.
out.
you attempt to focus, but you just instead just focus on his eyes, and it just makes it worse. And as he glares at you, you find yourself completely paralyzed,
Oh,
unable to move.
We
And
only have like 2 people that are good at wisdom saves.
your rage also subsides from that. Pavel,
I am sick and tired of this shit. Let's see. Let's end that right now. So I'm gonna aim it at the person in front of me, Ren. Bring my pistol back up, and yeah, just fire. Wait, don't want sharpshooter. No, wait. Yeah, no, sharpshooter.
that's a hit. Alright, Brienne Flux sort of taps you on the shoulder. Hey, I'm the one you want. And you clip Tantra with that bullet.
I'm just gonna like get off me. This is what I'm gonna do. And like just ignore the person that is the one that has revenge on me. And next one's gonna be sharpshooter because I want to.